The Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office is responding to concerns about a recent ICE arrest outside of a local jail. It happened at the Elmwood Correctional Facility that's located in the city of Milpitas. And as Lauren Toms reports, some immigration advocates are questioning whether the Sheriff's Office violated its own sanctuary policy.
Raj Jaidev says he was shocked to learn that ICE arrested an undocumented immigrant just seconds after he was released from the Elmwood Correctional Facility in Milpitas. As the coordinator for Silicon Valley advocacy group Debug, he was alerted after the man's wife watched as agents detained her husband outside the facility.
It was a wife who was going to pick up her husband from a release from the jail, and had first-hand accounts of ICE going in the jail, communicating with sheriff staff communicating back, and then essentially escorting the person to ICE detention.
The arrest was one of 4 in the last 3 weeks at the Elmwood Correctional Facility. Raj says the sheriff's deputy's participation in the arrest violates the county's sanctuary city policies that prohibit local authorities from aiding with civil immigration enforcement.
For us, it meant essentially that there are no protections locally, that the dam is broken, or that the level of ICE enforcement has reached such a peak where they're respecting no laws, they're respecting no local policies, and every place in the county is now potentially vulnerable for ICE aggression.
The group argues that ICE agents were given information by the sheriff's department regarding the release date for the immigrant. But Santa Clara County Sheriff Robert Johnson says his department never contacted ICE, but instead, when asked, his agency confirmed publicly available information.
We're abiding by all the state laws and the county policies, and we're doing so in a very diligent way, but we're also honoring people's right to know information that's publicly available without impeding or interfering with what they have to do. And again, that's ICE's role and responsibility, is they have specific individuals they're looking for, and as long as they respect our state law and our policy, we're not going to get in their way to doing their job.
He says the department is following its policies regardless of a person's immigration status or who's waiting to pick them up, though he does recognize the heightened tensions.
Anxiety, I think, is definitely present, without question. I think, again, what we're seeing on a national level is obviously in the back of their minds of, having people come up, ask questions. But again, so far, all these interactions have been extremely professional, extremely respectful. They're not asking or inquiring any information that you wouldn't be allowed access to.
But for Raj, he says the responsibility lies on the county to provide more protections for immigrants at risk of arrest, even seconds after their release from local jail.
We need to create new barriers to ensure that our community is protected by the county agencies that are saying that they want to treat people fairly and equally, regardless of their status.
A spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office clarified that ICE agents, like any members of the public, are legally allowed to be in public areas of its facilities without notice.